I had planned to serve active duty for 20 years, and I ended up getting off of active duty and going to the reserves to raise my son. So that was kind of weird because I was a fresh mom. I had a newborn son. My husband was still serving at the time, and I was planning on just being like the civilian military spouse, going from like being in active duty to being the military wife. And I tried to go to like some of the, what do you call those, like the FRG groups and the family readiness groups, and it was a weird environment. It was just going from like being part of the camaraderie, and you know, people in the military can be kind of maybe a little crass sometimes, and we have our own little sense of humor, and then you go hang around a bunch of military wives who are a little more formal, a little less crass, and I didn't feel like I fit in, so that was really weird. I was separated from the reserves for being overweight, which sucks, but it's like that kind of hurts too. If you feel a little bit like this was a part of me, I intended to stay here and I wanted to be in the reserves and do my 20 and get out, and it's like suddenly that's kind of snatched from you, and you're like, even though the reserves is not full-time active duty, you're going your 1 weekend a month and you're 3 weeks out of the year, it's still like, it's a routine. You get into your routine, you expect to go that 1 weekend a month, and you expect to see everybody every month. And when it just suddenly stops, like you're used to, oh, I gotta get in the car, I gotta drive to Rochester, I got drill this weekend, I'm coming home. And to not have that part of your identity anymore, it's like, well, now I'm just a stay-at-home mom taking care of 3 kids. And it's like, you're just sitting there, you don't have those friends that you can chat with, that you can kind of like, what do I do? Do I go to work? Do I go to college? And I had chosen to just stay home with my kids because my husband was working in Afghanistan as a private security contractor, and he did that for about like 8 years, and I just stayed home with my kids that whole 8 years, and I had no identity other than being a mom. And then COVID hit, and I applied to Syracuse, and here I am, and I found like such a bigger identity close to being in the military, but not entirely. And also going through like TAP class to transition out. I wish I had paid more attention in TAP class. I did not. I was just like, this is boring. This is something we have to do to transition out. So I remember a lot of the things they said was like network, network, network. And I was very introverted at the time. And I'm like, there is no way I'm going to network with people. I am too shy. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't know anybody to network with. And now being out for a while, I realize networking is very important. Definitely step out of your comfort zone. It can be hard to step out of your comfort zone. I know a lot of people, like I used to be super introverted and like, nope, I don't want to socialize. I don't want to talk to people, but kind of got to force yourself to do it. So if you find something in the community that interests you, even if it's like, I love Ju Jitsu. Like, don't even get me started. I'll start rambling about how much I love Ju Jitsu, but choking people out, and like, I kind of liken it to like those weighted blankets, but it's like, it's therapeutic. It's like a whole entire human is like squishing the shit out of you, but it's therapeutic in the end, because it's just like, oh, I feel like I got some stress out, and it was like comforting, and it, in a weird way, it's almost like military camaraderie, because you bullshit with the people you're training with. It's like taking jujitsu lessons or ballroom dancing, or if you find, I know there's a website called like meetup.com, and they have all different interests. Like, find something that you really enjoy and just throw yourself out there to meet people. It's a huge help, other than just sitting at home like, what do I do now?